Hello and welcome to this introduction to my video lesson on La Chevaleresque by Burgmuller. This piece belongs to his Opus 125 Studies for Progressive Pianists. The title means the Ninth Errand, and we can see how the music really paints that picture. It's a great piece to study for intermediate level pianists. It's got various aspects of piano technique in, from playing staccato to dotted rhythms, playing very softly, triplet rhythms and scale passages, to name a few. It also, at the moment, happens to be on the ABRSM Grade 5 piano syllabus, and you often find this work set for different grades with the different exam boards. So in this introduction video, I'm just going to play you a little bit of the work and perhaps take you through some of the techniques that we can develop to help us as we learn it. You can then access the full video tutorial to look at the whole piece in detail. Here's the opening. And what immediately becomes very clear is that we need to practice playing quietly and with very light, crisp staccatos. There's also these dotted rhythms and there's a crushed note, a grace note at the beginning of the second bar. However, we then need to get the contrast with the legato, almost like a sigh at that point in the music. So how are we going to practice this? Well, let's take the opening bar. We need to practice just playing those staccato chords with a very loose and relaxed wrist. And what I would initially do is perhaps just take the first chord and just practice playing that, and hopefully you can see my wrist is just moving freely. A good exercise to play the notes and hold them down, and with a very relaxed movement just check that wrist is free. Can it move like that? And if it can, then I'm getting the right feeling for then just allowing the hand to bounce. I could turn this into a little exercise. Which would be a really useful warm-up for a piece like this. I could do the same with the second chord. Could practice a scale staccato in sixths, which again is a requirement for a lot of different music exams, so that would be very useful to look at. I can then put the combination of the two chords together. There's two options really with the fingering here. So the edition I'm using suggests 1 and 2, followed by 1 and 5. You could do, particularly if you've got larger hands, 1 and 2, followed by 2 and 5. Less moving of the hand, but a little bit more of a stretch. So it's really whatever you find most comfortable. I can then do the same exercises in the left hand. Make that into a scale. Do it together. And similarly, some people find it more difficult to relax the left hand, so that might need a little more practice. Again, you can hold that note and just practice that relaxed wrist movement. And so really we could take that first bar and turn it into a little study. We could also do this. Just taking that first pattern and going gradually up a scale and down. And that could be a useful warm-up for this piece. Do it with different dynamics, a crescendo. And if you want an extra bit of a challenge, try doing it with your eyes closed. It's a great way of seeing if the intervals and the distances are really into the muscle memory, and it could also perhaps help us focus a little bit more on just keeping the wrist and the arm and everything very relaxed. So there's a little taster of how I would practice the opening of La Chevaleresque. I hope that's been useful, and I hope you'll enjoy studying this piece. Do please follow the link in the description of the video below this video, where you'll be taken to where you can access the full video and the full tutorial taking you throughout the whole of this piece and offering hopefully lots of useful suggestions. Also on my website there are various other video tutorials you may find useful covering all different kinds of classical works, famous piano pieces. Thank you for watching.